going to notice that things behind me are going to disappear a little bit by little bit over this week. So, yeah. Let me get my list up. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I was like, wait, that doesn't look right. Y'all, I told you I needed the energy. So, tomorrow, just so y'all know, during the day, I will be at the new shop and I will be unpacking a humongous herb order that I got in. Just saying. So if you guys would like to watch me unpack all the goodies, see the really cool shit that I got, just saying. And if you guys are in the Oklahoma City area, not this weekend, but the following weekend, the 6th and 7th, I will be at the Oklahoma City Horror Convention, along with one of my all-time favorite clients, favorite friends, I guess I should say. And if you guys have not gone onto the video and voted for your favorite question for Mr. Michael Myers, Mr. James Jude Courtney, please make sure you do so. He will answer the top voted one as well as my favorite. I may just let him scroll through and see which ones he wants to answer. I don't know. It depends how much time we have. So I'm just saying, if you guys are not following that, it's on my TikTok. Ask your question. If you could ask Michael Myers anything, what would you ask? What would you ask? Even if you don't want to ask him a question, go through there and like your favorite questions, because the ones with the most votes, the one with the most votes, I will ask him in person and he will answer. So, all right. I have Miss Amanda. Is it Tier or Tire? Ready? All right. And I'm going to be chugging some water, just so you guys know. All right, Miss Amanda. Well. If the music's too loud, y'all let me know, okay? And I'll turn it down. Hola, Mexico. You have the Imperial Jasper. You have the blank rune upside down. You have the deer tooth. You have an alligator tooth. You have the lapis. And then you have a titanium quartz up here, my love. First of all, you're putting too many limitations on yourself. So here's where I kind of like smack your hand through the camera and say, stop it. Okay? Miss Amanda, you're putting way too much limitations on yourself for some reason. Some of it is you're trying to keep a situation calm between somebody that tends to be a little over the top with their emotions and somebody that's very sensitive. You're trying to keep the peace between those two. And I think in trying to keep the peace between those two, that's what this deer tooth is up here, in trying to keep the peace, you're putting constraints on yourself. You're putting too many, it is pronounced tire, okay. You're putting too many limitations on you. So here's the thing about this situation here with these two people. There's always going to be a little bit of a balance there, even if you're not there. This lapis right here tells me that there is a balance between the two, period. You're trying to play the peacemaker because you care about both of them deeply. But I have a feeling the universe has already been telling you that that peace is there. You don't really have to be involved. But I think that you've been doing it for so long, it's second nature. The problem is you're missing out on your opportunities over here. This blank rune upside down next to the Imperial Jasper, you literally have the world at your fingertips right now. But you're putting too many constraints on you. Thank you, love. And with putting those constraints on you, for this situation, Sweet Pea, you literally could have anything you wanted right now. Anything you want. The universe is ready to hand it to you. All you have to do is ask for it and allow this situation to be what it is and what it's going to be. They're not going to kill each other, I promise. They're going to be just fine. There's a natural buffer in between them, and you no longer have to be that buffer. So go and grab hold of this with both hands. You need to tell the universe what you want. So think really, really carefully before you do. Pay attention to how you word what you want. I don't know if you've ever heard me say, but the universe is that genie that will fuck you over at every turn it can. So really, really think about it before you put it out into the universe. But love, whatever it is you want to manifest right now, it's literally right in the palm of your hand. That goal you have, that humongous dream you have, the steps are right there in front of you. Thank you for the flowers, love. Miss Veronica, I saw your message over here on YouTube. Yes, all of the readings I do during the day, guys, if you have seen a couple, like I'm doing mini past lives, I'm also doing love readings tomorrow, which I never do, not during the day, but at night. Any of the readings I do are streamed live on YouTube. So you guys can always go back and watch them. I need to go back through or teach my girls how to help me go back through and put the list up so you guys know where you are on the list. But yes, they will be streamed on YouTube. So if you guys want to get one of the readings that I am starting to book during the day, just know you don't have to be here. I will stream it live on YouTube. So I have so many of you guys wanting readings, and I can't physically get to all of you. So this is the easiest way with my travel schedule and everything to get everybody taken care of, I guess. Yes, I need to do timestamps. So does that help, Miss Amanda? Girl, the universe has everything. It's like waiting. It's just waiting to hand it to you. So I hope that helps. I was kind of waiting to see if you popped back up, if you understood what I was saying there. So the past life readings are Tuesday. I had to think for a minute. I was almost said tomorrow. I was like, that's not right. Tuesday. So there you go. All right, love. I hope that helped, Miss Amanda. Let these two be who they are. They have this natural buffer. Everything will be fine. So, yeah. Got ya. Okay. So, take care of you for a little bit, Amanda. You can't take care of anybody else unless you take care of you. And one of my Bodhi Wranglers used that on me last week because I actually was really stressed out and I sat and cried for a while about canceling Reiki on Thursday. And she Bodhied me. She Bodhied me. Leanne. Alrighty. I'm glad that helps, love. Take care of you for a bit. Okay? So the universe is ready to hand you everything you want. And congratulations. Just saying. Congratulations. So I don't know if I have any more open spaces, guys. I think that I'm sold out for the evening. Sass, who was that for? All right, Miss Kelly Buck. Kelly, do you know you have two? I have you twice. So you let me know if that was on purpose or on accident. Okay? That was weird. Thank you guys. Y'all are so sweet. You're making me blush. Stop it. One's Kimberly. Okay. Well, how about I do Miss Kimberly and then I'll do you? Will that work? Oh, I can't see them right now. Sorry. I guess I could have looked, huh? Well, let's do Miss Kimberly and then we'll do Miss Kelly. So, ready? All right, Miss Kimberly. You have the alligator tooth. You have the scroll over a muskrat tooth down there. You have buffalo bone, petrified wood, and a peach pit. First of all, you may or may not be a lot stubborn. Not just a little, but a lot. A lot stubborn. You're kind of standing in your own way right now. This peach pit over here represents kind of your heart's desire. What you really want. What you really, really want. Okay? But this petrified wood and this buffalo bone literally form a barrier. Some of it is from these reasons over here. Some of it is just because you're kind of stubborn. But some of it is from this over here. I'm sorry that you've had to go through so much. So many attacks. Let me say it that way. So many attacks that you've learned you have to be diligent on information. You have to be diligent on knowing more than the other people in the situation with you. You have absolutely become that detailed watcher that overanalyzes every situation. The muskrat tooth there is diligence. It's resourcefulness. It's always. It's like you have this pattern and you stick to it every single time. Every single time. And I don't think you even realize you do the majority of it. Does that make sense? I don't think you realize you do the majority of it. But you gather information like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. And then you overanalyze it all. I'm so sorry that you've had this so much that it's caused you to put this block here. So. Oh, sorry. I was looking at YouTube. I was like, oh, 7 moon. I'm not sure the best course of action for you here. You have to open this barrier up, but I don't feel like it's time right now. I don't feel like it's time right now. You still have to work through a lot of this here, a lot of these attacks. There's a couple of them in particular that's caused you to really pay attention. Okay. I needed clarification on this because this has to change. This barrier has to change because you can't get to your goals and your desires and what you want in life. You can't get to those things because this barrier is here. So what I pulled out over here is turtle, and on top of it is a plum pit. So I have a feeling that your friends tell you how fantastic you are all the time, and for some reason you don't believe them. Like you say, oh, thank you, but you don't believe them. You need to get your inner strength back. Whoever this plum pit is has really done a number on your inner strength. You need to reconnect to your inner goddess, to that inner power that you have. It's still there. Hasn't gone anywhere. Hasn't been erased. Hasn't even been dampened. It's just been hidden in a little box. All you have to do is open the box and be ready for it when it comes out. because it's going to come out in anger first and burn this barrier away. Sweetheart, all you have to do is open the box. All you have to do is open the box. So, yeah. All you have to do. But it's you that has to open the box. Nobody can do it for you. So, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And I have a feeling you really needed to hear that. Especially about you being the one to open the box. That nobody can do it for you. So. And it was very sweet of Miss Kelly to get you in line. So, Miss Kelly, are you ready? Aw, I'm so glad to hear that, sweetheart. All right, Miss Kelly. Okay. So this is from Miss Kelly Buck here, and first of all, I have a feeling that this has already been on your radar, so when I say this, you're gonna go, I knew it! I can hear it already. Girl, you need to up your protections. The protections you had in place they're still good, but they're not enough. They're not enough. So, you have to up your protections. You have to up your protections. Mainly spiritual protections around you. So I don't know if you wrap yourself in spiritual steel every day. Thank you for the gift, love. I don't know if you have a pendant you wear, if you have bracelets you wear. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is you do spiritually during the day and at night to protect yourself, they have to be upped. Which tells me that you have gone through a huge shift spiritually with yourself. You've hit a new level. Let me say it that way. You've hit a new level. The reason I say that you need to up your spiritual protections is you have so many things here that talk about strength, that talk about spiritual protection. You have the black tektite here, which is one of the most powerful spiritual protective pieces that you can get. You have the silver feather, which is connecting to your divine self, your divine light. Then you have the turtle bone, which is strength. You have the star anise, which is also spiritual protection. You have the scroll. You have the petrified wood. You have another turtle bone. You see what I'm saying? And then you have a cherry pit. Then you have the zebra but it's over here. You have to up your protections because you have an amazing team around you that you need to extend some of that protection to. I'm not saying that you need to up your protection so you can protect them, but I have a feeling you naturally do it. So even if I told you don't have to, you're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it anyway. You're a natural protector. But with you leveling up, with you moving forward, and not just a little bit forward on your spiritual path, I mean like 10 yards forward. You've got to move your protections with you. They can't stay back. It'd be like trying to do a final while you're a junior in high school with your notes from 3rd grade. You see what I'm saying? You've got to up them. So I would bet that you probably went through some pretty tough shit here recently, spiritually. So, up your protections, sweet pea. Up your protections. And even though I'm going to tell you don't have to protect everybody around you, you're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it anyway. You're a good friend, Kelly. You're a good friend to have, and you're a good friend spiritually for people to have. You're just a natural protector. This is also why you draw broken people to you. So be careful. Okay? So be careful. I love that. You confirmed what I was feeling. I figured so. I figured so. So I was like, yeah. I knew that you probably went, I knew it whenever I said that. So, I hope that helps, girl. So Miss Kim, just know that Kelly is a natural protector and she's going to do whatever she can anyway, even if you tell her that you got this and not to do it. She's going to do it anyway. So, all right. Miss Ankita, Miss Minnie, how are you? Thank you, love. So I have Miss Minnie and then Carrie Rivers, and then I'll go through the rest of my list, okay? Woo, you got a shit ton going on. Oh, okay. All right, let me get a drink here. That's a lot. Girl, that's a lot. Okay. So let's start this way and work that way. So you have Larkovite over here, which is black labradorite, which kind of represents, labradorite itself represents helping you along your spiritual path and so on. This is more helping you along your shadow path. Over here you have the star anise. Then you have the buffalo bone, and underneath it you have the cat bone. You have the raven head upside down. You have the muskrat tooth. This right here is super interesting though. This jumble here, and I'm going to move it a little bit that way so hopefully you can see it through the comments. There we go. Moved it over so you can see it through the comments. On top you have the turtle bone here. You have a bobcat bone here. You have an alligator here. You have a fox fang here. Underneath this you have the silver feather and the rattlesnake rib. So the rattlesnake rib in here doesn't represent anything good. It represents somebody that's trying to poison a situation. But for the most part, that's being negated. This turtle bone, whoever this turtle is, whoever the turtle represents in this situation, they're literally like this over that feather, over that silver feather. They're absolutely protecting that psychic ability, that situation itself, and the silver is feminine. They're protecting that person from this rattlesnake. In fact, there are a lot of people trying to protect the feather. But I will tell you, the rattlesnake goes up and into the alligator tooth right there. So that person is getting to whoever the alligator represents. So it's like there are 4 people in this situation that are trying to protect one person. They're doing a good job, but that rattlesnake is getting to the alligator there. It's also causing a lot of turmoil over here. It's throwing resources off. It's throwing due diligence off. It's throwing the psychic connection off, that spiritual connection off, which in turn is making strength get a little whopper-jawed. I would not be surprised to know that whoever the silver feather represents is extremely connected, has intuition that goes through the roof. Like they kind of walk both worlds. I wouldn't be surprised to know that they travel back and forth spiritually. They're just kind of off kilter right now. So I kind of feel like this person has something going on physically, whether it's that they've been really sick or whether they have a chronic illness. I don't know what's going on with them, but whoever the turtle is, they're seriously hardcore protecting this person. You need to remove the rattlesnake. Like you need to remove the rattlesnake. I don't know who that is, but I feel like it's a person. I feel like it's a person. And no, Like, it makes me angry to look at how it's literally going up there and hitting the alligator. Like, it's getting to that person. Y'all need to remove the rattlesnake. You need to remove the rattlesnake. They're literally causing everything to be off kilter right now. Not only do I feel like this is a person, but I feel like this is a younger male. When I say younger, late 20s, early 30s. Younger than me. But not like teenage. Does that make sense? Like, I would say probably late 20s. He doesn't have good intentions for anybody in this situation. None. Like, I want to spiritually throat punch that, whoever that is. Like, I'm angry for you. And I saw you say that that was your mom. The feather is your mom. Yeah. I will say whoever the fox represents, the fox is really trying to cut the rattlesnake in half. Like, I know you can't see it, and I'll try to move it so you can. Okay, see where the rattlesnake is going into the alligator right there? This is the fox. And see how it's on top of it, going underneath the turtle? Like, whoever the fox represents, they're doing everything they can to cut the rattlesnake in half. So, yeah. He definitely needs to be removed from the situation. From around her in particular. Your brother-in-law. I'm so sorry, love. I'm sorry. So, a lot of it is paying attention to everything going on with him, with the rattlesnake, because the muskrat tooth right here curving the top of it, like the curve of the rattlesnake and the curve of the feather match perfectly. Like, this is supposed to happen, but it's to the point now where it needs to stop. Like, it had to happen. I don't know if it's for the feather or for the people around the feather to see the snake for what he is, but it's time for that to stop. So, doing your due diligence and paying attention to every little detail will help remove the snake from the situation, because he's basically telling on himself. Does that make sense? Like, he's literally telling on himself all the time. So yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that y'all are going through this, and I'm sorry your mom's going through this. Like, this really makes me angry to see how off kilter everything else is with it. I'm sorry, love. So, be very diligent and pay attention to all the little details, because like I said, he's literally telling on himself all the time. All the time. So, yeah. It'd be easy to remove him once you get enough details. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, love, I'm sorry that you feel the need to come on and troll someone else's live. Technically, this isn't witchcraft. It would be divination. And I would also have to believe in the Bible if you believe that it's wrong. So, may the old gods bless you, and you have a fantastic week, my friend. All right, Miss Carrie Rivers, you ready? So, Miss Carrie, let me just say this. The answer that you're looking for right now is no. But for some reason, you keep saying, no, it's yes. Thank you, love. You keep telling the universe, no, it's yes. And the universe is like, it's literally no. I don't know what this is that you keep pushing for. It's literally no. But here's the thing. You just need to look at the situation slightly different. You're simply asking the wrong way. The thing that you're wanting and the thing that you keep asking the universe for is not what's in your highest good. It's not in your highest good. That's why everything keeps blocking it. Every time something happens, it gets blocked. It gets blocked. So, I love this too. So for those of you guys that want to build you a charm and bone kit, I will have them back on the site, just letting you guys know now that we're getting moved into the shop and I know where all my shit is. But even if you do order one from me, they won't come in a Crown Royal bag, unfortunately. I don't drink Crown Royal. I don't drink it all. I had a friend give this to me, but Crown Royal bags are perfect because they're not super velvety on the inside, so they don't snag the bones or anything else. So you don't run the risk of breaking them. Satin bags are also fantastic. Some velvet bags are really good. You just want to make sure that they don't have a lot of fuzz inside. Does that make sense? Just trust me, I found out the hard way, because some of this stuff is fragile. Even though it's bones, they're a little piece, you know what I mean? And they get worn over time. Don't think they don't. But they can get snagged on the inside of a normal bag. You know what I mean? They can get snagged. So yeah. Somebody gave me that one, and I've had it for 4 or 5 years now. My bone reading kit's been in it for 4 or 5 years. So, Miss Carrie, it's back to you. Here's what you've got around this. You have a smaller buffalo tooth. You have a peach pit. You have the alligator tooth. Apparently the alligator is important to almost everything. Then you have the seashell. You have a deer tooth. You have the turtle bone. And you have the cat bone. And notice the cat bone is pointing up. I don't know where the word thing is happening in my brain incorrectly, but I'm either putting 2 or 4 words together, or I'm gaining some weird accent for no reason, just for one word. And I don't know what's up. So I'm glad you guys just kind of laugh with me and go on. I don't know. Brains are weird and fascinating and stupid at the same time. So, girl, the reason that the answer is no is because the universe needs you to do these other things first. The other things that have to happen are and this is going to sound weird, okay? For you to let go of this inner peace you have right now. And I put it in air quotes because even though it's inner peace, it's not. For some reason, it's holding you back from moving forward. It was a great inner peace when you found it, but now it's holding you back. You have to get that fire under your butt again. You also have to reground yourself. There it is. Knew the yawn was coming. You have to reground yourself. There's also an aspect of love here that I can't quite figure out. Is it self-love, or is it you allowing someone to actually be a part of your life? I have a feeling it might be a little bit of both. You're plenty strong. That's why you have the small buffalo tooth right there. You have a ton of inner strength. You've already got that. You've already got the ability to kind of see all around, to walk both sides of the path. And again, you know exactly where your strengths lie. But these things right here are what's holding you back. It is both. Okay. I was like, because I was trying to pinpoint, and I was like, I don't know which one it is, but it feels like both. So, until those things happen, really? Again? The answer is going to continue to be no. So, You've got to ask a different way. You've got to start working on it and ask a different way. Start putting the pieces in, the steps in, littler. Does that make sense? Like, you're asking for huge steps. Start asking for small steps. And like I said, these things right here will help you tremendously. Gaining that fierceness back, getting that fire lit under your butt, and letting go of this inner peace you've got currently will help you rocket forward. Go up tons of those little steps to a big step. Does that make sense? So, good. I'm glad that makes sense, sweetheart. So yeah, the answer is going to continue to be no until those things are done. But it won't be no forever. It's just not in your highest good right now because these things have to happen first. So, you got this, girl. You got this. You got this. And I know a lot of people lack confidence and they lack self-love and they lack self-worth and so on. I go through bouts of it myself. It is what it is. Everybody goes through it. I will tell you guys that changing how you word things when it comes to talking to yourself, when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to how you put things out to the universe on a daily basis will absolutely change all of these. All of these. So yeah. So for those of you guys that had a reading scheduled for Thursday, I emailed all of you to ask if you guys would like me to put you in for another reading. And I will let you know I haven't got to my emails yet, but I will do so hopefully tomorrow. I have kind of a packed day tomorrow. All right. So I now have Jason Jackson, Jeff Harris, Lori Bills, Haley Miller, Amber Lee, Sharon Brown, Kelly Allen, Cynthia Abella, Gianna, what a nice name, Mancuso, Mariah White, Rochelle Greenway, Tracy, ooh, I'm going to murder your last name, so I'm not going to try, but that's a badass last name, Taryn, Blair, and Sass McSassy Pants. Sass McSassy Pants. Sass McSassy Pants. You're welcome so much, sweetheart. I'm glad that helped. Make sure I got everybody on my list here. Yep. All right. All right. Just refresh to make sure I got everybody. All right. All right, Jason, you ready? If you guys didn't get your email, if you will, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I don't know what's going on in the world. What the hell? Every time I start to pull things out, it's like I get this other thing in my hand, and I'm like, that's not right. I see why. Okay. All right, Jason, you ready? You have the plumpet, the trusty alligator tooth. You have the cat bone. Oh, I just knocked that over. I'm a bad bone reader. Let's do that back like that. Sit, stay, don't move. You have the cat bone. Then you have the buffalo on top of those two that I had to knock over. And then I fixed it. But then over here, you have that damn red quartz crystal. So, this is obviously a dyed quartz. I use it because it's hard to find a bright red quartz crystal, and that's what I like to use for my warning in here. So, love. You have warning signs blaring around you right now. I'm not sure what it is that's attacking. It's like attacking you. And you've really had to put up your wall, your inner strength, your outwards protection. And I have a feeling that this is physical as well as just emotional, mental, etc. This is physical. Because seeing that alligator tooth underneath it and the cat underneath it, you just about got the alligator part of you to come out. Like, that's what's going on right now. you're on the edge of letting the alligator out to take a bite. And then you've got the cat bone over here. Love, I don't know who told you, or if you just feel like your intuition is not spot on, or that you're crazy or whatever. Love, your intuition is absolutely spot on. Not only is it absolutely spot on, it's not ever wrong. Give yourself credit for that. I don't know why you kind of discredit your feelings, because they always end up being right in the end. They're right about this right now. You're doing everything you can to protect you back here. And that's exactly what needs to happen right now. In all of the ways, physical included. So I'm not sure what these warning signs are, and I'm not sure what this is that's got your protections, got you kind of bristled up, but it needs to happen. These protections need to happen. Yeah. Let the alligator out. Let the alligator part of you out. Okay? Seriously. Let the alligator out. Because the alligator in you is what's going to be able to head off a lot of this bullshit before it really gets bad. But be diligent. Pay attention. Watch everywhere. So yeah. Be diligent, my friend. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Pay attention to the warnings. Even if nobody else feels like they're warnings, you know that they are. You know that they are. So be very diligent, Jason, okay? Yeah. All the diligence, all the protections. Yeah. I don't like that. So I'm going to need a report back from you in a week. Just saying, okay? So for those of you guys that don't know, I have been reading professionally since 2014. I've been reading longer than that. I learned all the meaning behind bones and stuff like that when I was a kid. So Mr. Jeff Harris. But I will say, I don't ever do anything half-ass. I don't ever do anything half-ass. So when I say that I started reading professionally in 2014, I don't mean that I just was like reading for a shop or I was reading through Facebook or whatever. No. Like my first professional gig as far as reading cards and so on was with Purple Ocean, which is a humongous website. And there was no little bitty thing about it. There was no little thing about it. So yeah, I just threw myself in the fire. And I loved it. So yeah. But I will tell you, it, like Kelso said, it's just like anything. You've got to exercise it, because it took me a while to get to the point where I could do 20 to 30 readings in 2.5 to 3 hours. Like it took me a while to get to that. And I like doing them after Reiki because I'm really energized after Reiki. But on the nights when I just do them without really doing anything beforehand, or if I don't have a chance to kind of sit and meditate first or anything like that, like they wear me out. Mediumship reads, that's why I don't do mediumship reads every week anymore. They wear me out so bad, it's not even funny. So yeah. All right, Jeff, you ready? You're kind of spread out, love. You're really spread out. You have the peach pit way over here. You have the shell, you have the buffalo bone, and you have the cat way over here. Everything's spread out. Which tells me you kind of feel a little discombobulated right now. You're used to everything being straight, being organized, being in a line, well, I thought I was going to yawn. Everything being very, very organized. But for some reason, it's all very discombobulated. And I have a feeling that you're kind of off kilter lately, like feeling like you have severe ADHD or something, because you can't focus on any one of these things together. Why is it? Why? I need a clarification there. So what I drew, or what I pulled out, was the plum pit, the green quartz, and the deer tooth. Okay. So this kind of tells me why you're discombobulated right now. I like that word, so I'm going to keep saying it. And it's just a fun word to say. There it is. I knew there was like a good yawn in there. I really sounded hickish just then. I knew there was a good yawn in there. Shit. Okay. The reason you're discombobulated right now is you're allowing the physical world, finances, etc., to really dictate too much of your inner peace. I have a feeling you've been on... Really? Again? You've been on a disconnect with the norm for a while. You don't like being in the norm. You don't, I would bet that you probably say on a daily basis, you don't like people. You do what you need to do in the norm and then skedaddle. For some reason, within the last few weeks, this right here has taken precedence over a lot of other things that normally wouldn't bother you. But it's disturbing your zen, your inner peace. And so because it's disturbing that, it's got your intuition off. It's got your inner strength off. It's got your grounding off. It's got even your self-love off. Not turned off, but you know what I mean? Like discombobulated. So, it's much easier said than done to say stop worrying about the material world, especially now with the way that the world is in the dumpster fire. But stop worrying about it so much. Everything you need, the universe already brings to you. You have to get this back. You have to get your inner peace, your zen back. Once you do, all of these things that are discombobulated will go right back into their little bitty holes where they belong, where they normally sit. It'll all go right back where it needs to be. But you've got to find your inner peace. You've got to reconnect to that zen part of you. Wow. I will say, by reconnecting to that zen part of you, the finances will even themselves out and then some, if that makes sense. So where you've been worried, it's like the more you worry about it, the more it's being put out into the universe. And I'm not saying don't continue on the path to fixing it, but stop saying it out loud. Change the way that you say things out loud. I have a feeling you're probably a master at manifesting whatever you want. And I would bet that you're probably able to manifest it for anybody around you. But for some reason with you, you tend to do the opposite. So, hi baby. You tend to do just the opposite. So, do for you what you would do for those you care about. You know what I mean? Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Yeah. Do for you what you do for other people. And all this will change like that. Okay? That makes sense, Jeff? see if Jeff popped back up. I will say I do see the inside of the peach, like the embroideries every now and then, and I'm like, that's a weird bone. So I guess that made sense. All right. Lori Beals. Good, I'm so glad. Well, okay, Miss Lori. Woo. Whoops. I didn't knock anything over. Woohoo, okay. I don't know which bracelet caught that, but all right. So, you've got the buffalo up here. You have a little piece of zebra, which I think you can barely see on TikTok. You actually have both pieces of zebra. Both the pieces of zebra I've got in there, which is teamwork. Then you have the scroll and you have the petrified wood. Love, I'm not sure what happened, but your team's been fractured. I have a feeling most of this is within you for some reason. Okay, let me words through this and see if it makes better sense, okay? Let's talk about this right here. You have a team that is not only extremely grounding for you, it helps you keep your feet on the ground, but they're extremely knowledgeable too. I mean, like, super knowledgeable. And this is kind of these are your mentors, your gurus, the people that are helping push and pull you forward. But up here, you have the inner strength, and then you have the smaller piece of the zebra up there, which is like the part of the team that helps you keep your inner strength and hold your head up and your chin up. It's like that part's getting fractured from this other team for some reason. Y'all making me work. Okay. So I drew out the blue aura howlite and then the cherry pit. Something has eroded trust here. And that's why this is fracturing the way it is. I'm not sure what's the best way to get that trust back, because I have a feeling that this trust, I think it's been eroded to the point that I'm not sure if you can bring those two groups back together. They're going to have to do it on their own. But you can turn the light on if you need to, baby. You bored? Brody sleep. Nope. They're going to have to bring themselves back together on their own. Really, the only course of action that you have, I'm tangled in myself here. The only course of action you have here is to continue to be on the team of both of them. I'm not saying play both sides, because I don't feel like they're at odds with each other. I feel like it's just a fracture. And what's funny is I feel like it's a fracture that doesn't even make sense. It's like when somebody says one thing, but then you hear something else, and so you get offended because you thought they said this, but when you go back and like listen to it or whatever, you're like, oh shit, they didn't say that. Like, that's what this situation is. It's a very complex situation that is all jacked up because somebody misinterpreted something. I'm sorry. There's not really a way to fix it. Like they have to fix it themselves. So there's not anything you can do to fix it. You're just going to have to support as best you can on both sides and not allow them to pull you into it. So I don't know if this is family or work, but I'm sorry that you're stuck in the middle. I'm sorry you're stuck in the middle, because that's a lot. That's a lot. Your inner strength and your grounding being at odds with each other. So it's work. I'm sorry. That makes it even worse, because then you have to go there every day and deal with it. Well, like I said, love, the only thing you can do is do the best you can, but make it clear you're not picking sides. I knew that was coming. Why? I got tons of sleep. So, make it clear you're not picking sides. Make it clear you support both of them. And try to be as neutral as you can with the situation. They're going to have to deal with it themselves. You can't fix it. I'm sorry, sugar. It's kind of a shitty situation to be in. So, yeah. Sorry. And I'm glad you knew what I was talking about. So, yeah. You just need to try to kind of keep yourself back here as far as you can. Let them do what they need to do over there. Does that make sense? Let them do what they need to do over there. So, you'll be all right. Either way, you're fine. So, yeah. All right, Miss Haley Miller, you ready? You watching the comments? You're looking at names. Oh. I know. Gianna, are you here? Because even my kid said Gianna is a really cool name. I was like, I know. So, all right, Miss Haley Miller. What the hell? Every time I get stuff in my hand, it pops right back out. Okay. Wow, you've got some shenanigans going on. You have the fox fang over here, and then the fox claw on the other side. You ornery shit. You ornery shit. Gianna said, is it Gianna or Gianna? Gianna, she said, thank you. Good old Italian name. Well, it's gorgeous. So, Miss Haley, you ornery thing. I already mentioned the foxes there, but you have, well, we'll talk about that last. Talk about that last. You have the shell, you have the silver feather, you have the cat, and then you have the green quartz crystal right there. So, Miss Haley, I know I was kind of poking fun at you by saying that you're being ornery and there's some shenanigans there and so on, but girl, don't stop. Don't stop. Because right now you are completely full of a ton of trickster energy, but you're also full of intuition. You're full of your feminine power, like amazing amount of feminine power. You're seeing both sides of things. And it's not, let me rephrase that. You're seeing the norm and you're seeing being outside the matrix. You're seeing both things. And I think that it's got you feeling a little crazy lately. But the fang and the claw there tell me that you've learned how to kind of manipulate both of them. You've learned how to manipulate that line and play both sides of the field. And that's where the orneriness is coming from. You're completely grounded and protected in doing it. So I'm actually going to tell you not to stop. I'm actually going to tell you not to stop. Not only am I going to tell you not to stop, but it's obviously really beneficial for you to continue being ornery. Because the green quartz right there is abundance, prosperity. So keep being full of that feminine power and keep being ornery and keep on with the shenanigans and trust that intuition. Because having the cat bone with 2 damn fox pieces, good Lord, girl. Your intuition is so fucking spot on and through the roof. It's not even funny. Be the crazy lady. Do the weird shit. Own it, because it's exactly what needs to happen right now. Exactly what needs to happen in your life right now. So, I hope that helps. I hope that helps, love. You go, Miss Haley. So if y'all need some trickster shit, Haley's got you. That's what your takeaway is from. That's what your takeaway is from that. So I saw someone asking about the difference in the blue lotus and the black lotus. So the black lotus is the online coven. And that is actually a group. We have meetings. In fact, we have a meeting tomorrow night. Good night, love. Thank you for watching. The Blue Lotus is a rewards program. It's a loyalty program on the site. So if you guys go and order anything at all, even if it's tickets, if it's classes, if it's your mentorship, if it's goodies from the site, herbs, whatever, you can enroll in the Blue Lotus and get reward points that you can use for other things. So there. All right, Miss Amberly, ready? Okay. So, you have the raven skull, you have the seashell, you have the blank rune upside down, you have the plum pit over here, then you have the bobcat knuckle, and you have the black tektite. You know how you felt stuck lately? Not only have you felt stuck, but it's almost like something is holding you back on purpose. Does that make sense? Like you literally kind of feel like the universe is fucking with you on purpose. Let me fix something over here real quick. Here, Bear, I got you, buddy. Hang on. There you go, sweetheart. My oldest was doing dishes and left the dishwasher open, so the dogs couldn't get to their water. Not a happy mom right now. So, and him's a thirsty bear. All right. So, you know how you've literally been feeling almost like the universe is against you. Like that's kind of how it feels. You feel like every time you try to move forward, every time you try to do this or do that or start something new or walk down your path or whatever, it's like something else happens and you're kind of like, come on, to the point that you're starting to like expect it. And I would bet that there's probably been a few times that you've told people around you, well, I know that it's a surefire thing that this should happen, but I guarantee you this, and this is going to happen. And then those three things fucking happen. First of all, quit speaking out into the universe. But second, it's because it is happening. It's exactly what's happening. You're right. It's exactly what's happening. It's not because of trickster energy. It's not because someone is working against you. It's literally because the universe is trying to protect you right now. This black tektite is almost wrapped around the bobcat bone. From your direction, it's like over it. You see how it's over it? So this piece of black tektite is actually weirdly twisted on the side. The universe is literally trying to protect you right now. So when you're working really hard towards this or this or this, and everything keeps stopping you, it's because it's not time. That's not in your highest good right now. That's why every time you try to hit a goal, the answer is no. Doors keep slamming shut. It's why you feel disconnected from people. It's just, but it is for your highest good right now for things to be no. So here's what I recommend. And I have a feeling this is going to be hard because we all like to say that we can go with the flow, and we all like to say, oh yeah, I'm really laid back and stuff. But are we really? Are we really? We're really diligent on our goals, on our life, on what we want to happen. Even the most laid back people I know still have things that they're pretty set in stone on. You're going to have to start letting go little by little by little of some of these rigidity aspects of what you're trying to accomplish, of your plans, of moving forward. You're going to have to start letting go of that control. Does that make sense? Because in trying to control the situation and in trying to shove forward, when the universe keeps going, no, 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 you know what I mean? The universe is like, dude, no, dude, stop, no. Like, you're going to have to start letting go little by little by little. And in letting go little by little, it will help you see why the universe is protecting you. Okay? Because when you see why the universe is protecting you, it's so much easier to understand the no. If that makes sense. So I just quickly want to tell you, because I know that that's not what you wanted to hear. By starting to let go little by little by little, and starting to realize that you can't control every aspect of everything, you start to see where everything is connected. I knew I was getting yawn. Where everything is connected. So you can start looking back and go, oh, I didn't get this job because XYZ. All the things that led me up to that, even though I should have easily gotten the job, I didn't because I needed to be over here. The reason I didn't get to date that person, or the reason me and this person broke up or split or whatever, is because I needed to be here. That person was in my highest good at that moment, and now they're not. When we're able to, I mean, everybody says hindsight is 20/20. It is, but here's the thing. If you're just looking back at stuff going, oh man, I'm glad I dodged that bullet, and you're not seeing where it put you, you're missing the point. Missing the point. I dated somebody for a while that I was absolutely head over heels in love with. I literally figured we would be together for a very long time. And I kind of got blindsided with it. And I no longer give second chances or anything else. So when certain words were said, I said, okay, I'm out. Which was not what he expected, nor what I expected to come out of my mouth. And it took me a while to get past that. It took me a while to get past that. But when I look back, it's not just, okay, you know, I should have done this differently. I don't look at it that way. I looked at it immediately when it happened. I started thinking, okay, if I hadn't met this person, we weren't in this relationship, if I hadn't moved here and I hadn't got this position here and I hadn't been doing this, I looked at every single aspect of why things happened the way they did and why they were let go of the way they were. That person was meant to be in my life for that moment, but not forever. So when you start looking at things that way, it makes it so much easier to handle when the universe goes, no, not right now. So, there you go. Start looking at it in that way. And that's kind of for all of you guys. You'll hit a point in your spiritual path where you're able to look back at a situation, and it might hurt like a motherfucker. It might hurt like a motherfucker to let go of something, or to have to let go of a goal or something we've held on to for so long. But when you look at like, okay, I see now why I had to let go of these things to be where I'm at now. it makes you feel amazingly powerful. It makes you feel amazingly powerful. So start looking at things that way, love, okay? And I saw your mom come on there and say, this is her mom and that will help a lot. So I love that. So Miss Amber, just know that the universe is telling you no for a reason right now. And not just because it's fucking with you. So I hope that helps, sweet pea. All right. Miss Sharon Brown, you ready? Aw, you're welcome, love. Aw, thank you, love. I have a couple of little braids in there. I randomly braided this one the other day. I mean, I've always got my signature braid there, but got my dreads in today. I felt like I needed them, so. I'll probably redo it here in a couple days. The end is looking not as bright as I would like, so. Miss Sharon, you ready? All right. Woo! The fuck? You guys, I didn't even look at what I... Huh. Okay. I didn't even look at what I pulled out. But damn, Ma. All right. Okay. You have the muskrat tooth. You have the big piece of zebra upside down. You have the titanium quartz. You literally have... I didn't realize I had 2 turtle knuckle bones in there, but I do. You got them both. You have the blue halite, you have the scroll, you have the peach pit, you have the green aura quartz, and then the small piece of zebra up here. Girl, this is so much shit. I feel this right here on a deep level. You are so overwhelmed right now. You can't. Love. Okay, let's unpack. Let's unpack, Miss Sharon. Let's unpack. Okay, we ready? We ready? We're going to start up here and move down. You have been that overthinker your whole life. And so in being the overthinker, you're never going to stop being the overthinker. Okay? And I have a feeling people tell you all the time, stop overthinking this, stop overthinking that. You literally can't. It's not who you are. Overthinking has served you very well throughout your life. I'm not going to tell you to stop doing it either. Okay? I'm not going to tell you to stop doing it either. The teamwork aspect being upside down, it tells me that you really kind of feel like you're alone on your path right now. I have a feeling you've probably cut some people off here recently too. Because that titanium quartz and the 2 turtle knuckle bones butting heads like this tells me that there have been a lot of people around you that I think you've had to kind of stop communicating with. Others that are on the verge of getting nixed. And you literally kind of feel like you're going it alone right now. But it's also showing you 2 things. It's showing you your own inner strength without having people to constantly bounce stuff off of. And it's also showing you a break. It's showing you an inner peace. It's showing you, oh my God, I was putting way too much stock or way too much communication or I was doing way too much that I didn't need to do. So it's really building your inner peace again. And I have a feeling that that's something that was really going like that. So here's the thing that kind of brings us to the middle, which is where you are right now. You're starting to really make sure that you're watching out for you for once. That howlite right there is not only that inner peace and that calm, but it's protection. Not only are you doing that, but it literally points right here to the peach. So I have a feeling you're also hardcore working on your own self-love, your self-confidence, and everything that you've been giving to other people for so long. Whoever these people were, they were very lucky to have you in their life, and I don't feel sorry for them. I really don't. They didn't recognize you for you. They didn't recognize what you were doing for them. They didn't recognize any of that. They took it for granted. I do want to say I'm sorry, though, because I know that it hurt you to have to kind of cut them off and stop talking to them. And know how it feels to put so much into someone else and to do everything for someone else, to have to cut them off because you realize that they're just using your energy and using what you can do for them, because they're so used to you doing everything for them, they expect it. But here's the good thing. With you cutting them off and you doing things for you and getting back to that self-love and that personal empowerment, you're learning an amazing amount of things about you. I think that these are things that you've never had these epiphanies on before. Not only that, but you're finding out that there's a whole new world of shit out there, and it would not surprise me one bit if, it would not surprise me one bit if you have been falling down the rabbit hole on some absolutely weird stuff that you were never able to watch or read or listen to or whatever before. These two things up here I really want to talk about, because this is that green quartz and then the other piece of zebra up here, and it's right side up. Like I said, you're in this middle right here. It's kind of like you're on the learning path right now of being Sharon again. You're going to find Sharon quicker than you think, because it wouldn't surprise me if you have a fuck ton of earth sign placements, because you're pretty hard-headed. Like, you'll move forward with something until the whole universe puts the wall up, which is what happened with these people in this situation. You'll continue to move forward with your own growth until the universe is like, dude, pause. Like, take a breath, pause. When you pause, there's an amazing amount of abundance there. And I will tell you that this right here, this teamwork right here, represents a few of these people seeing the things that you did for them, having a change of heart, actually changing and coming back. Does that make sense? Actually changing. Not just saying that they're going to change and not changing. Actually changing. It'll also bring other people in to your life. So, love, you made the right decision and you're on the right path. And I'm sorry that it came to that for you. Keep doing you right now. Keep rushing forward until the universe goes, dude, I need you to take a breath. I need you to pause. I need you to stop. And that's when all of this will come in, sweetheart. Okay? I'm glad that made sense, honey. I'm glad that made sense. It's always hard to cut people that we love off, or to stop talking to them at the least. It's always hard. So y'all, this piece must have came through my shirt when I was doing Reiki. So I got all excited because I thought I lost this piece. I had no idea what happened to it, and I found it today, so I'll be wearing it a lot. So this right here, I love me some fluorite, and it's hard to see it, but it's all blue and purple banded with this bright, bright, clear point at the end. And it's actually a locket. So inside, you can unscrew this and put whatever you want inside. I may have loaded it with phenakite. It's one of my favorite pieces, and I thought it was gone. And so I'm all giddy, excited. So I'm so glad that you had a life path change, sweetheart. It's exactly what you needed, because this is a lot. This is a lot. And I'm glad that made sense, Miss Sharon. All right, Miss Kelly Allen. So I have Kelly, Cynthia, Gianna, Mariah, Rochelle, Tracy, Taryn, Blair, and Sass McSassy Pants. Sass McSassy Pants. All right, Miss Kelly. What is that? Okay. Like, what is that? I can't even see. Can barely even see over there. All right. There you are, girl. Ready? So you have the seashell. You have the cat bone. You have the peach pit. You have the zebra. And underneath that, you have a turtle knuckle bone. Then over here, you have the alligator tooth. So everything is getting spread out. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like things are doing this. Like they're spreading out instead of getting closer. Like you're trying to bring everything in, but yet the universe is doing this. Spreading everything out. First of all, that's what has to happen right now. This spread kind of has to happen. The turtle underneath the zebra right there, honey, you're not losing your team. You're not losing your people. They're still there. Everybody just kind of needs space. They just need to spread for a little bit. Let them kind of spread out. Let them spread out. Because there's 4 different things that have to happen here. One of these people, there's 4 different people in the situation. One of them needs to find their own protections again. Needs to find the thing that makes them feel protected once again. The next one needs to find their intuition. They had it, and it's like they turned it off. So they need to find that again. You have another one that has to find their own self-worth and their own self-love again. It's gone. And they have to find it. The last one over here needs to find that ferocious part of them again. So this spread kind of has to happen right now. But like I said, it's not moving your team away from each other. It's not pulling everybody apart. Everybody just needs to spread out and have a little space. So as they spread out, don't freak out and don't try to yank them right back in. Let them have a little bit of space. Don't give them so much space that they just like completely float off into the universe. But give them their space. Let them find these things that they have to find. This is their growth that they have to deal with right now. What you need to do is to be that turtle, be that protector, that guide, that one that shows them you can still move forward even if you move slow. And let them know that you're still there, but you're allowing them to find their inner parts of themselves. Okay? It'll be okay. Let them find their path. Let them find their path. Oh, yeah, I can tell. I can tell. And it's heavy things. All 4 have a very heavy thing that they're finding. And they will. And they will. I know that you'll help them, and I know that you'll take that to heart, and you'll continue to be that protector and that guide and help them move along the path, how they need to move along to be who they need to be. So, I hope that helps, Miss Kelly. It is hard. It is hard to let your kids find their own path, especially when you know that they're hurting and you can't do anything about it. Because as a mom, you're like, no, I want to do the things for you, you know. So, I know. You've got this, Miss Kelly. I love you too, girlie. Sending big old Bodhi hugs your way. All right. Miss Cynthia. Ready? See if I can get you here. Okay. Well, you just want to be straightforward with shit. All right, I got you. I don't mind at all. Okay. I don't know if you're still here. Hopefully you are. So if you're not, and you're watching on YouTube, I mean, I have a question, but we're going to talk through it anyway. So I'm going to ask the question, and then I'm just going to talk through it. Why do you feel like you're not spiritually protected right now? Because you see how far away the star anise is from the cat, the shell, and the buffalo? Like, it's way over there. For some reason, you literally feel like you're just not protected. But the thing is, you really are. I have a feeling you've hit some new plateau. You've leveled up. Something has happened. You've shifted. Your inner strength is just amazing. You're super grounded. Your intuition's on point. Your gifts are getting stronger and stronger. Like, I would bet you've had a new gift manifest. Like, all of these amazing things are going on. And for some reason, you feel like you're not spiritually protected. You really are. You really are. But the thing is, you have to use some of that protection. You have to level it up just like you've leveled up. Like I said earlier, it's like doing a final when you're a junior in high school with third grade notes. You have to level your protections up as you level up. But this is kind of your reminder from the universe. You're amazingly protected still. You really are. You just need to boost your own protections. Spiritually, though, girl, you're still covered. The universe has got your back. So when you're sitting here thinking that, man, I'm afraid to use this gift or that gift because I'm afraid, I don't have all my protections in place. It's kind of yes and kind of no. The universe is going to protect you no matter what. Use the gifts. Explore them. Pay attention to what's going on. You're really protected, love. Use the gifts. Absolutely use the gifts. Okay? So, don't be afraid of them. Work on putting your own protections in place, your wards, everything. But you're amazingly protected, sweetheart. Okay? Don't ever think you're not. Okay? You're welcome. That makes sense? All right, Miss Gianna, you ready? So you have the Larkavite. Then you have the cherry pit, you have the turtle shoulder bone, and you have the star anise. The star anise is popping up a lot. Good, I'm glad that makes sense. Forgot I had my moon over here. It's, halfway gonna work. I'm probably gonna regret turning it on, but it's on. I'm glad it makes sense, love. All right, Miss Gianna. So, this right here is telling me that you've been considering diving into some shadow work. and you're worried that you're not ready for it. Guys, if you feel like you're not ready for shadow work, there's nothing saying you have to do it right now, okay? But Gianna, with you, for some reason, I don't know if you just feel like you're not spiritually ready, if you don't feel like you have the strength to do it. I don't know what it is that's holding you back from doing it. But let me say that right here, this turtle and the star anise are literally locked together like this. That's your strength, your physical strength, and your spiritual protection, and they're locked together like this. You have the cherry pit up there, which tells me that you have an amazing amount of self-love right now. It also forms a triangle, which is perfect balance. Like, literally, perfect triangle right there. Sweetheart, don't worry about if you are in a good place to do shadow work or not. You are. Now, I'm not saying go do it right now, because if you still feel like it's not time, I absolutely would not recommend doing it. But where you've been questioning yourself, if you're ready to really dive into some of those things, you are. You're in a very good place. And I want to say that I'm proud of you, because a lot of people don't have the type of self-love practice that you've implemented. I also really love the fact that your strength and your spiritual protection are literally interlocked. They're hand in hand. It tells me that whatever spiritual path you've been on, it's the right one. It's absolutely the right one. And guys, your spiritual path doesn't always have to be this rocketing forward, continually go, 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 go. It doesn't always have to be that. It can literally be kind of floating down the lazy river on an inner tube with some sunglasses and a big old glass of water and watching the world go by. In fact, sometimes that's what you need. You are on the right path. You have an amazing amount of inner strength, and your self-love practice that you've put into place is exactly what you needed to happen. You needed to implement. You're amazingly spiritually protected, and you are ready to start shadow work if you feel like it. And if not, you will be when it is time. And I know that sounded really weird, that last part, but you know what I'm saying. So it's up to you, love. But right now, you're in a very good spot in your life and in your spiritual path. So I hope that helps, Miss Gianna. And I hope you got to hear that, because I didn't see if you popped up or not. So next, I have Miss Mariah White. So I have Mariah, Rochelle, Tracy, Tara, Blair, and Sassy McSasspants. Oh, there you are. Good. I'm glad that helped, love. There's Miss Mariah. Well, you just want to be straight to the point, too. Okay. I'm going to have to pull something else for clarification. This is some relationship interesting shit. Because you have the peach pit, which is feminine, represents love and so on. You have the plum, which is masculine. And then you have the buffalo up there, the strength, the intuition. Okay. Then you have the star anise, you have the zebra upside down, but you have the blank rune right side up, which is a yes. So, okay. Let's dive into this. So let's start up here with this clarification that I had to get, because I kind of already know this right here is something love-wise, relationship-wise. Now, I don't know if you're in a relationship or not. There's something here that's been keeping you apart. The teamwork aspect being upside down tells me that you've really been questioning shit before. Questioning shit. You kind of feel like you're alone. You kind of feel like you're on this path by yourself. This other person is there, but for some reason there's a disconnect. But I will say, I like that I pulled the male and the female and the strength. I pulled two sides and the strength together. That to me is a good sign, even with this being upside down. Now, the rune right there, there's been a question that's been going over and over and over in your mind lately. And I'm just going to tell you the answer to the question is yes. There's something communication-wise that has to shift. Not only does it have to shift, not only does it have to shift, both of you need to be more diligent and you need to be on the same wavelength with what you want. And when I say more diligent, both of you need to be all in again instead of just continuing to chug along like you are. Because right now, neither of you feel grounded in everything going on. You both need to be diligent. You both need to be back in this for that royal power again. Does that make sense? You know how when you first get in a relationship and everything is great and, you know, you first like move in with each other and so on, it's like you have this royal we power and it's amazing. And you feel like you can do anything because it's two of you against the world. That's what's missing right now. So in being diligent about being all in again, that's what's going to bring that back. That's what's been missing. So you're going to have the hard talk. But here's the thing. It's interesting that this is coming up because tomorrow is Juno going into retrograde. Juno is what governs, what governs our relationship, like marriage, commitment, or the lack of. So when it goes into retrograde, people really start thinking, do I really want to be in this relationship? Do I really want to be married anymore? Like a lot of people split up when Juno goes into retrograde. You know this, and you know this. So this week, sooner rather than later, is going to be a good time to have this conversation with your partner. Just pick the right time and choose your words carefully, because know that that retrograde is going to be affecting them as well. And so if you come at it wrong, they're going to be all kinds of matching wrong. If you go at it in this diligent way, like, hey, I want to get back to this royal we, you know, and make sure you present it in a way that you know what? I'm going to back up. You present it in the way that reflects exactly what you want, because when I look at that rune and the answer is yes to your question, you need to follow exactly what your gut tells you to do. So you need to go at this situation. You need to have the hard talk sooner rather than later. You need to get it all out on the table. But before you do that, you need to make sure you know exactly what you want to do moving forward. I think you already have the answer. You just needed the confirmation. So you really have to decide what you want. You have to decide What will make Mariah happy? What will make you happy in your soul? Not just because it's comfortable, but what will make you happy. Okay? Then have the conversation. And go into it with that. This is what will make me happy in my soul. So, is that kind of what you wanted to hear? I have a feeling it's a little different than what you wanted to hear. And wanted to hear is the wrong choice of words, but you know what I mean. What you expected, I guess, if that makes sense. It's kind of interesting that this came up, being that retrograde starts tomorrow. It's different. Okay, good. Yeah. Just make sure that you do some hardcore thinking before you have this talk. At what would make you happiest? What's the best path for you going forward? And that's how the conversation needs to be steered. So, yeah. I'm glad, love. I'm glad that made sense. I'm glad that made sense. Made me pull all kinds of clarification there. All right, Miss Rochelle, you ready? Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Ready, Miss Rochelle? So you have the turtle bone and the cat bone over here by their little lonesomes. Then, making sure I was just seeing a reflection and not something else under there. Then you have the buffalo. You have the titanium quartz, and you have the green quartz over here. So, let's talk about this. Because these are two separate things, two separate issues. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the turtle and the cat bone together here. What this tells me is that you've really kind of been exercising a couple of your gifts here lately. And in exercising them, you realize how strong they are, and you realize how strong you are in using them. And I have a feeling you've been a little giddy about it lately when you're able to do something or manipulate something or whatever it is this gift is. When you're doing it, you kind of have that little kid like, hee hee hee. Because you're like, oh my God, I just made that happen. Oh my God, I just made that happen. This is the confirmation from the universe that yes, you did make that happen. And yes, you're way stronger than you think. And yes, your gifts are working perfectly. So there's your confirmation that yes, your gifts are going through the roof right now. Congratulations. Keep playing with them. Just saying. Now let's talk about this other aspect over here. Because the titanium quartz going through the buffalo bone right there tells me that you've kind of stuck your feet in the dirt and you are not budging. Don't know what the situation is, but you've just been like, nope, this is how I feel. Can't convince me otherwise. Not changing my mind. Not shifting my belief. No. It is what it is, and this is how it's going to be. Not just my way or the highway, but my way or my way. And I have a feeling that you've probably taken some grief over it, and you've probably had a few people get really angry and not understand why you're acting the way you're acting and everything like that. I don't understand why, why you can't see things this way, or why you just can't budge a tiny bit or whatever. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, don't budge. Don't budge. There's a reason that you feel as strongly as you do. There's a reason. Don't budge. In holding your ground and holding onto the path, that's where that green quartz comes in. That green quartz is abundance and prosperity. So by holding on to that and not budging, and saying, this is what it is, period. That's what brings in this. So, I hope that makes sense. Because I was going to say, I don't really tell people to not budge on stuff, but I actually have here lately. There's a reason you feel that strongly about it. The universe knows it, and the universe is going to reward you for it. But you have to make sure you continue to say, no, I'm done. This is how I feel. So, good. I'm glad that makes sense. I always try to wait a little bit and see if the person I'm reading lets me know that this makes sense. So, congratulations on that. Keep playing with that. And do your little inner happy dance or an outer happy dance, you know. Just saying. Congratulations on that. It'll keep getting stronger. Guys, when you start really playing with your gifts and you start using them, they get stronger. You're welcome, love. They get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's just like any gift. You practice it, it gets stronger. All right, Miss Tracy, you ready? That's interesting. So when I turned the bag over the last time, I had like a handful of shit. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a lot. Oh, and when I moved my hand, half of it fell right through my fingers. And I felt the need to tell you that for a reason. And in looking at this, I see why. Because you have zebra, shell, and then that damn red quartz. Which the red quartz is warning. Then you have the grounding protection. You have a small team and a large team. So here's the thing. This tells me the way that I grabbed all that stuff and the way that it fell through my finger. I'm not lying. When I felt all that in my hand, I went, oh my God. Like I expected to be dissecting half the bones in the bag. Like that's how much it was. It tells me that you're looking at way too much with the situation. You know how like in movies you'll see like some holograph and it's like here's the guy in the middle and then it spans out to all these people and all these ripples and all these waves and so on, and it's like millions of people involved and so on. I almost swallowed my spit wrong. That's what you're doing. But the thing is, it's not what needs to happen. You have this larger team and this smaller team that need to be protected right now. They need the focus. Everything else doesn't fucking matter. What matters is this small team and this larger team right here. So I don't know if this is family, if this is family and work, I don't know, but those two things need your protection right now. Because whatever this warning is, it's heading right in like this. Okay? Hey, Daphne Pooh. Thank you, love. Nothing else matters right now. Nothing else matters. Protecting these two teams, that's what matters. So, I'm not saying to stop overthinking. I'm not saying to just forget everything else. What I'm saying is that that stuff isn't important right now. This is. Protecting this team is. I'm sending everything out this week, Miss Daphne, so I'll be sending you your little horn. So, continue to think about things. Continue to pay attention. Continue to be diligent on all of this other shit. But the things that truly matter, like I said, is this small team and this larger team. That's what matters. Okay? That's what matters. So, I hope that makes sense, Tracy. So whenever things get too much and you feel overwhelmed and too much is going on, take a breath and just remember, none of that other shit matters. It doesn't matter right now. These are what matter. Okay? Those are what matters. So, I hope that helps, Miss Tracy, hon. I hope that helps. So, guys, one of the ways that, so y'all know I don't read tarot. Miss Daphne does, though, and she does a fantastic job. In fact, she's, at this point, the only person that I allow to read for me. She reads just like I do. She's very straightforward, very upfront, very connected with her cards, and very talented. She reads tarot, so if you guys want a tarot reading, Miss Daphne is fucking fantastic. I'm just saying. So make sure you follow her. Make sure you follow her. Like I said, she is literally the only person I allow to read me. Just saying. Just saying. So. All right, Miss Taryn, ready? That cat and that buffalo bone have just continued to come out. So that was for Tracy, and I can't pronounce your last name. It's Gualtieri. So I didn't want to murder your last name. But if it wasn't for you and it resonated hardcore, then you were meant to hear it. All right, Miss Taryn, ready? So I have the thank you, Daphne. The big old piece of petrified wood over here. Thank you for the crown, love. You have the cat bone up here. You have the shell, the peach pit. All of this stuff is like all here together. Then you have, ooh, and then I'm going to knock it apart. Then you have the buffalo bone, and the zebra is like coming up through it. So, love. Your strength is in the team that's around you. Thank you, sugar. Your strength is in your team. Your family, your friends, the people that make up your inner circle. That's where your strength is right now. Sometimes, and trust me, this is something that I have a hard time doing myself. Sometimes you have to let people help you. Sometimes you have to, thank you for the gift. Sometimes you allow them to do things. Because I know with me, with my Capricorn self, I'm always like, you know, I'll just do it because I can do it better myself. Thank you, Miss Asshole. Like, I can do it better myself. Stop it. Just, I'll do it. And then I get overwhelmed because I'm trying to do everything. And everybody's like, well, you said you do it. Let them do it. Let them do it. And if you're like, oh my God, you're going to do it wrong, just don't look. Just don't look. Just let them do it. Let them help when they're asking to help, okay? Because right now, that inner strength, that inner power you have is being drained. You also have that shell right there that tells me that you have a lot of protections in place. You have a lot of people that care about you that are doing everything they can to protect you and help you right now. And I'm so sorry that you're feeling really ungrounded and kind of floaty and like off kilter a little bit. And I'm sorry that you're feeling kind of disconnected from your gifts. I would bet right now you're going through a pretty interesting ascension, that you're going through a level up. And that's why you feel not only kind of ungrounded and off kilter, but why it's almost like I can't connect to my gifts. I don't know why I can't connect to my gifts. They're there and you can. It's just something's going on right now. Love, I would put money that you're leveling up. It kind of is what it is. Let these people on your team help you through this. Even if they don't understand what's going on, let them do the dishes. Let them fix dinner. Let them do the laundry. Whatever it is, whatever it is they're saying, hey, let me do this. Let them do it. Okay? Let them do little things until you get good with letting them do those and then the big things, okay? Because you're going to need your strength right now. It's kind of being drained a little bit. When we go through a level up, everything gets drained. Our power, our gifts, our intuition, our strength, like all of it just goes. And then that's when the universe throws even more on us, because the universe knows that we're kind of like down. Really, the only advice I can give is to let them help you. Let them help you as much as you can. Take time for you and rest and recharge. Because really, until this is over, until that level up is over and you've hit where you're going to be in this for a while. I mean, it may end tomorrow. It may end in 2 months. It may end next year. You know what I'm saying? So be easy with you. Be easy with you. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to relax and recoup. If that makes sense. Relax and recoup. Take time for you. So, yeah, that's the best advice I can give. It's kind of hard to deal with a level up. Yeah, it's hard to deal with a level up because you never know how far up you're leveling. You never know. You just don't know. You just don't know. So, just be gentle with you. Let them help you, okay? And know that all your gifts and everything will absolutely come barging back in when you're finally like ready and relaxed with being in this level up. Everything will come barging back in. You're like, motherfucker, like I just got used to this. That's exactly what'll happen. Trust me. So I hope that helps, Miss Taryn Love. Alrighty. You're welcome, love. Yeah, surrendering is hard for me too. Letting go and letting other people help is really hard, like my Wranglers can tell you. All right, Claire. No, Blair. Blair Nutter. Ready? I saw you. What the hell? Okay. I pay attention. Thank you, Miss Sass. I pay attention to all of this. Like I said a while ago, I noticed when all of that was in my hand and fell through. I tried to pick this little thing up 3 times and it kept falling back in there, falling back in there. Thank you, love. This is the deer tooth, and I pulled it out. I haven't dropped it in here yet. Thank you, Miss Leanne. I haven't dropped it in here yet for a reason. Because the fact that it kept sliding back down the bag, but yet kept trying to come out, tells me that you're really hardcore searching for your inner peace, for your zen right now. And something is keeping you from finding it. Like it kept trying to come out. Thank you, Miss Taryn. It kept trying to come out. And then getting pulled right back in the back. Like I had to grab it 3 times to get it, to figure out what the fuck it was. So, over here, you have the green crystal. You have the plum pit. You have me yawning. Knew it was coming. You have the scroll. You have that alligator tooth. And then you have the buffalo on top. It's on top of the alligator and the scroll. I'm just going to hold the deer tooth on my little paw. So before you can have this, peace and this zen, sweetie, you have to realize that you're in a place right now that's very prosperous and that actually has a lot of abundance in it. I'm not saying be happy with what you have right now. What I'm saying is realize that you're in a place of major abundance right now. Thank you, love. All you have to do to harness that abundance is to pay attention to the things you've already learned Grab some of that big masculine energy and move forward. Let your fierce side and your strength work together, not clash. And part of the reason why this kept getting pulled back into the bag is because it's not time for you to have inner peace. And normally I would say, oh my God, you really need your inner peace. I've learned that that's not always the case. Thank you, love. That's not always the case. Sometimes we need that turmoil. We need that void. We need the bullshit to push us forward, to make us see something so we can get to the place where the inner peace comes naturally. Because if you force inner peace, it's not really inner peace. It's not really inner peace. So you need to put the things that you've already learned into play. You need to you really need to just grab the universe by the balls right now and realize that you're in a major abundance period in your life, and manifest the fuck out of whatever it is that you're wanting. Now, like I said, I'm sure you've heard me say, be very, very specific on what it is you're manifesting. Like, super specific. But know that it's not time for the inner peace right now. It's time for the warrior Blair. So, be Wonder Woman. You can always be, the sweet little frou-frou Blair later. And have the inner peace. Hi, love. So, it's yours and it's there. But right now, it's the time for you to be the warrior. It's time for you to be Wonder Woman. Grab the universe by the balls and tell it what you want. Oh, I'm so glad. I hope it's happy tears. Tiffany and Sass are putting up that rune there. That's Odin's sphere. I'm glad that you needed that. All right, Sassy McSass Pants. Ready? You are so welcome, sugar. I'm glad you were here to hear that, because I have a feeling it wouldn't have hit the same. That's a lot. It wouldn't have hit the same. This is a very colorful thing. Look at this. Look at the colors. Look at the colors. So, ready, Miss Sassy McSass Pants? Here we go. We're going to start over here. Oh, let me move it this way. Because look at all of this. It's crazy like that. So, you have the rattlesnake head. We're going to go this way. You have the rattlesnake head, and it's kind of sitting upwards. You have the green quartz. You have the red quartz. You have the lapis. Then over here, you have a small piece of zebra. Then you have the cat. And then over here, you have that turquoise howlite, my mama's bead over there. So, you have this interesting spread going on here. And I'm trying to figure out if you're holding these things at bay or if the universe is holding them. Because these right here represent, I'm going to describe them and I'm going to let you, because I can't tell if they're situations or people. They may be a mix of both. Okay. But right here, this bead in particular for me, because it was my mom's, it represents nurturing and creation. It represents moms. It represents protection and calmness. So everything you would expect from mother energy right here. Then you have the lapis. This is divine inspiration. It's a lot of shadows. It's a lot of seeing things for what they are. And it's a lot of getting to the bottom of a situation. This one right here, and normally this means a warning, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like this is more fire energy pushing forwards. It's almost like pushing forwards, but not quite realizing where to push forward. So it's just like everywhere. Instead of focusing that push and focusing that fire, it's just everywhere. Then you have the rattlesnake head over there. Being that it's sitting up, that's a situation or a person that has tried to cause a lot of problems with this, and we'll talk about that in a second, but it's tried to cause a lot of problems and is starting to get turned upside down. Like they're starting to get their karma. Since it's sitting up like this, it's in a neutral position right now. Instead of being down flat where it could strike, or on its head where it's the opposite. It can't do anything. It's starting to get its karma right now. So let's talk about this. The cat, especially when it's up like that, it's a cat vertebrae. It represents walking both worlds. It represents being here and being there. It represents gifts and abilities. Then you have that little bit of zebra right there, which represents a small team, a small inner circle. And you have that green quartz, which is abundance and prosperity. So it's like you have these things on the radar out here. Some of them are good and some of them are bad. This one, well, I say bad. This one's turning from bad to good. This one right here just needs to be focused. This one just needs to be focused. This one needs to be pulled in. This is something that has to do with a lot of divine connection and divine inspiration. It needs to be harnessed and pulled in. Whereas this one just needs to be focused. This one needs to be pulled in. This one over here, though, that mother energy, that creator energy, I'm not quite sure about that one, because I feel like you're holding that one at arm's length on purpose because you're unsure of what to do with it. But you, right here in the middle, right now, you're really coming into your own with your own gifts and abilities. You're finding your team, your tribe, and you're entering an era of prosperity and abundance. So I'm not sure if those are people or if those are situations around you, but like I said, one's about to get their karma, one needs focus, one needs to be pulled in, and the other one I feel like you're holding at arm's length on purpose. And I'm not going to tell you to not do that or to pull that turquoise bead in, because I feel like it needs to be at arm's length. It needs to be at arm's length. So you're doing the right thing there. That makes sense? That makes sense? Yeah. That makes sense. But that divine inspiration, that divine power absolutely needs to be reeled in. It needs to be pulled in, and yeah. Yeah. Good. I'm glad. And I love that there's a sass and a sass McSass panties. That's fucking awesome. And I love that that resonated with both of you. And of course I lost my connection. Stupid ass. Stupid thing. I love that that resonated with both of you. And I love that you put Sass McSassy Pants on there, and her name is Sass McSassy Panties. Y'all have to be doppelgangers. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I love it. And I love that it resonated with both of you. Like, Seriously, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? I think that's fantastical. Just say there are no coincidences. So, hey, Miss Laura, how are you? That being said, I am going to check my sugar because I have a gnarly headache out of nowhere, which usually means stupid sugar issues because the diabetes is dumb. But let me stop YouTube here. Thank you guys for watching me on YouTube. I appreciate it.